Hello, I'm Tony from Bonner's Piano Centres, and today I'm going to explore the differences between a digital piano which is priced at around £300 here in the UK versus a piano that's priced just under £500. I will explain the differences, what they mean to you in practical terms, and just what extras you should expect to get when you spend the extra £200 or so. So most importantly, I'm going to be playing the two instruments throughout this video, so make sure you're listening through a nice pair of headphones or speakers to appreciate the quality and the differences between the two instruments. So let's take a look at the two pianos we're talking about today. So firstly, we have the Casio CDP-S110, which is priced around £300 to £350, and the higher priced Casio PX-S1100, which you'll find just under the £500 price point. Both models are available to purchase from the Bonner's Music website, and you'll find links in the description for the latest prices and availability. One of the most important considerations when choosing a new piano is the feel of the keyboard. Now, I've done quite a bit of research on both of these models in preparation for the video, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that both models have got the actual same key bed. So this means that physically they feel the same, and also they're both very compact and lightweight, so they'd be ideal for carrying on the road. But when comparing both pianos, the first thing you'll notice is the difference in sound quality. So let's take a listen to the same piece of music played on both pianos, and then I'll explain the difference in what you might be hearing. So you may have noticed that the PX-S1100 has a more detailed, maybe slightly warmer piano tone than the S110. Now, to appreciate why this is the case, it's important to understand how digital pianos create their sound. So manufacturers digitally record the sound of an acoustic grand piano, and it's these recordings, which are known as samples, which are replayed when you press the keys of the instrument. The quality of the samples that each instrument can replay is limited by the memory available. So although the CDP-S110 has the same physical keyboard as the PX-S1100, the S1100 has a much larger onboard memory which can replay larger and more detailed and accurate recordings of grand pianos, and this results in a more pleasing experience really for the player. Due to the larger sample memory capacity, the PX-S1100 replicates additional nuances including string resonance, damper noise, key noise, and all of these are adjustable using the onboard interface as well as Casio's Music Space app. The CDP-S110 can't produce such a detailed piano voice due to its limited memory capacity. So to summarise, the S110 sounds good, especially considering its price, but the PX-S1100 sounds a bit more refined and certainly has the edge when you compare both models side by side. So the next thing we need to talk about is polyphony. Now, if you're not experienced in the world of digital pianos or keyboards, this is probably a word that you haven't come across before. But it is, however, very easy to understand because polyphony indicates the number of notes that an instrument can produce at any one time. So the CDP-S110 can produce 64 notes simultaneously, whilst the S1100 can produce 128 notes at the same time. Now you might ask, why would I need a piano to produce 64 or 128 notes simultaneously when I've only got 10 fingers? Well, when playing the piano, you need to consider that if you're using the damper pedal, which we all do once we've got past the beginning stages of learning the instrument, you'll be hearing the sound of notes that are being held down by the pedal in addition to the ones you're playing. So the number of notes that are sounding at any one time can easily start to accumulate, and depending on the instrument's polyphony will determine if or when some notes will start to cut off because the piano can no longer produce any more sound at the same time. Now I remember when keyboards were only 8 or 16 note polyphonic, so the 64 note polyphony of the CDP-S110 seems quite generous, but if you layer two voices together simultaneously, it immediately cuts the total polyphony available in half, which means the S110 reduces to 32 notes of polyphony, and then you might start to be treading on fragile ground regarding note dropout. In my opinion, 64 notes of available polyphony won't cause you a problem in the early stages of learning to play the piano, but as you progress, you may wish to upgrade to an instrument that can produce at least 128 notes simultaneously. Now, whilst we're talking about layering sounds, here are some examples of layered voices played on both instruments. So there are some other additional advantages you'll benefit from when investing in the higher priced PX-S1100. So both instruments are supplied with a single sustained foot switch, and this performs the same function as a right-hand damper pedal found on acoustic pianos. Now, although it doesn't look the same as a metal pedal, the supplied foot switch has the same effect on the sound as a traditional piano pedal. Remember though that grand pianos have 3 pedals, so you've got damper, soft and sostenuto. Now the PX-S1100 is compatible with Casio's SP34 triple pedal unit. And the SP34 is an optional extra which is priced around £60, and it gives you 3 pedals just like an acoustic grand piano. Now the S110 isn't compatible with the SP34, so you can only attach a single pedal to that model. But you can upgrade the plastic foot switch to a metal piano style pedal for about £25, so if you check the Bonner's website you'll find details and prices for this. There may be a time when you want to record your own music and share it with your friends. Now the PX-S1100 takes recording a stage further by allowing you to record your performance as an audio file to an external USB device. The recording is in WAV format, so it's not only high quality, but it's in the format which can be played on computers, uploaded to music sharing sites, or even burned onto a CD if that's your thing. So both instruments are compatible with Casio's Music Space app for Android and iOS devices. The PX-S1100 has a Bluetooth MIDI connection, so you don't need a cable to connect the app, whereas the S110 doesn't have any Bluetooth capabilities, so you'll need to use a cable to connect your device if you want to use the app. The PX-S1100 also has Bluetooth audio, so you can wirelessly stream the sound of your smart device through the piano's own speakers, which means you can then play along to backing tracks or other music tuition videos that you might find online. If you're considering using your piano on stage or in the studio, you might want to connect it to external amplification and speakers. Now the CDP-S110 has no connections for external amplification, whereas the PX-S1100 has proper 1/4-inch stereo jack outputs. You could attach external speakers to the CDP-S110 using its headphone output, but the quality isn't as good as proper line outs that you'll find on the PX-S1100. And it would also cut out the sound from the piano's onboard speakers. Both models can be put on a standard metal X-frame keyboard stand, or you could opt for one of Casio's stylish wooden keyboard stands that look great in the home. So that concludes the main differences between a £300 piano versus a £500 piano. In my opinion, the CDP-S110 is a great option for a beginner pianist, but you'll probably want to upgrade it at some point as your playing progresses. The PX-S1100 not only sounds better than the S110, but it is also equipped with additional features such as audio recording, Bluetooth connectivity and dedicated line outputs that more experienced players will probably want to make use of. So if you're still unsure which is the best piano for you, get in touch with the team here at Bonner's Piano Centres or pop into one of our showrooms and we can help you choose the right instrument for your needs. Thanks very much for watching.